Hi, I'm Chaplain Will, and oh, hold on, looks like I'm out of focus. That's better. Hi, I am Chaplain Will of the 114th Aviation Regiment, and sometimes life is kind of like my out of focus camera. Though the camera was pointed directly at me, it was only when I moved in closer and leaned in further was I able to achieve and discern the image I was looking for. You see, whenever we tune into the news, CNN or Fox, we are absolutely inundated with things that sometimes, rightfully so, take away our focus from that which is most important to us, that which is closest to us. Things like friends and family and faith, our purpose and our mission in this life. And as a chaplain, I have seen tremendous pain associated with our distancing, and I get it. We weren't created to be islands. In fact, we were created to be in community and relationship together. Yet even in our pain, I see tremendous opportunities at this moment. An opportunity to bring into focus the things that really matter to us. To remember again our first love. Now, I say the words remember again because we as human beings have an almost inexhaustible capacity to take things for granted, to allow the worries of the future to rob us of the joys of the here and now, to forget where we came from. So we have a choice, to focus on fear or to focus on faith, to be slaves to our anxiety or to simply be free. The great abolitionist Harriet Tubman said this, and I quote, "I have freed thousands of slaves and would have freed thousands of more had they known that they were slaves." Fear has a way of enslaving us, of holding captive our thoughts, of occupying our every waking moment. Fear causes us to lose sight of the things we truly care about, to lose focus on those things. And as my favorite author penned, the only thing we have to fear of the future is that we forget how God has led us in the past. In Luke chapter 17, we see Jesus encounter some lepers who were also practicing some involuntary social distancing. And the text says this, "And when Jesus saw them, Jesus, the Son of Man, focused his attention on these men." And sometimes we just need to know that somebody sees us, that somebody notices us. And in the beginning, we see God hovering over the waters of the deep. He speaks and brings light out of darkness, creating something out of nothing, beauty out of ashes. When God speaks, things happen. In fact, Scripture teaches this one lesson, that he puts his word, his voice, above his very name. So when he focuses his gaze upon you and holds your head in his hands and says, "Listen, my son, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hear me, my daughter, I will never be separated from you. Neither life, nor death, nor things present, nor things future, nothing can separate us from each other. For I am the good shepherd who is willing to die for his sheep." We can believe these words. Soldiers, the eyes of the nation are upon us, and we are in America's darkest hour. As Thomas Paine once said, these are the times which try men's souls. Yet as we stand guard over our nation, I want you to bring into focus again why you decided to put on this uniform in the first place. Your why. I want to tell you about a soldier who brought into focus his why. On a bloodstained battlefield in the dense fog of war, atop a lonely hill in Okinawa, Japan, Private First Class Desmond Doss, a medic, prayed a simple prayer over and over again. Lord, help me get one more. Lord, help me get one more. And during the course of 12 hours, Private Doss rushed into the fray of war and pulled out 75 men one by one, lowering them down the 50-foot hacksaw ridge to their safety, without so much as a handgun for his own personal safety. Desmond rightfully became an instant hero. Yet so often in speaking of his heroic actions, he deflected the glory, simply stating, "While others were taking life, I wanted to give life." Desmond Doss remembered to put into focus his why. And because of it, while everyone else was taking life, he gave life. I want to encourage you today that while this pandemic is taking life, I want you to give life. Give life to your family by hugging them a little bit tighter today. Give life to your dreams by using this time to invest in yourself. Give life to yourself by showing yourself the same grace and mercy you've shown to others. To be kind to yourself. To know that you are worthy of love. To remember that there is purpose in your pain. That God saw your tears in the midnight hour when no one else was around. Did you fail today? Did you let your fear conquer your faith? Do you feel it's too late? It's all right. Just know that the enemy wants to take the fight out of you and kill it. But in those moments where you lose your focus, I want you to say what Private First Class Desmond Doss said. Tell your faith and tell your fears, let me get one more. Oh, today was hard, Lord, but let me get one more. Father, I don't see how I'm going to make this out of this, but let me get one more. And whether you read the Bhagavad Gita or the Tao Te Ching or the Holy Quran or the Holy Bible or simply follow the dictates of your own conscience, you can bring into focus again that which matters to you most. And I promise you, if you do this, if you choose faith over fear, you will discover a peace that passes all understanding. May God bless you.